now talk on the newest news about the Percy Lapid killing. Just a while ago, a little bit 3 hours from now, the autopsy report conducted by Dr. Raquel Fortun was released, and it showed that in the report, she found that the middleman named John Villamor Igluba had taken shabu before he died, and that he died by means of that plastic inserted into his head. Now let's now go. The second autopsy conducted by Dr. Raquel Fortun showed that the middleman who told the gunman, Mr. Joel Escorial, to kill broadcaster Percy Lapid was himself killed. So, there is another murder case. Aside from the murder case of Percy Lapid, the gunman himself, Mr. John Villamor Igluba, was also murdered. Okay, let's go. The middleman, named John Villanueva Igluba, and who was identified by Mr. Joel Escorial Isalve as Crisanto Palanya Villamor, or alias Idoy, was found to be positive of shabu based on the urine sample that was extracted by Dr. Raquel Fortun from his body. In addition, Dr. Raquel Fortun said that the person or the middleman died after a plastic was inserted over his head. So that if that is so, then the first autopsy report saying that he died of difficulty in breathing explains the reason why he died in that particular manner. So, it is impossible for the first theory to say that the middleman died in his sleep or nabagugot. Next, the middleman was killed by plastic. He died of suffocation. And the middleman was last known to be alive at 11:59 a.m. of October 18, 2022, when his older sister named Marisa received a text message from him telling her that if he dies, she must tell Joel Escorial Isalve that the ones who ordered the killing of Percy Lapid were the three leaders of gangs inside the National Bilibid. And these three leaders were the leader of Sputnik Gang, the leader of Bantag City Jail Gang, and the leader of Happy Go Lucky Gang. And then, that middleman was actually declared dead on arrival by the National Bilibid Prisons Hospital at 2:05 p.m. by the doctor who was in duty at that time. And then, we know that Justice Secretary Boying Rimulya said that there was this dying declaration, and he referred to the dying declaration as the text message that was sent at 11:59 a.m. by John Villamor to his elder sister, Marisa. So he considered it as a dying statement because at that time, the tenor of the text message was that John Villamor was aware that he could die at any moment. And as it showed in their own investigation, John Villamor was being killed at that time. Okay? Now, let us compare the time of 11:59 a.m. of 18 October 2022 against the time when Marisa received this text message of her brother telling her that the self-confessed gunman was to be informed about the message. And that at that time, the self-confessed gunman was still being presented by Secretary Benhar Abalos to the media. So that at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., the Bureau of Corrections, which is the one having control and supervision of the National Bilibid prisons and the maximum compound where this the gunman, the middleman, was being held, did not have yet knowledge about whether or not Mr. Jubilus Curial, the one who confessed to have killed, told Director Secretary Avalos whether the middleman was Villamor. So that in an official statement released by the Bureau of Correction to the PNP, they said that they did not have any prisoner by that name of Crisanto Palanya Villamor. So what happened? So that means that the Bucor or the Bureau of Corrections and the Mastermind, whoever he is, were already aware at least at 11 a.m. of 18 October 2022 that the gunman already surrendered and was being presented before the media. And that even without knowing that the gunman already identified the middleman, then the mastermind, using the three gang leaders, killed the middleman, who is June Villamor. So that it was a clear attempt to put a stop to prevent from discovering who is the real mastermind in the killing of Percy Lapid. Then Secretary Remulla said that one of the gang leaders that they took into custody executed an extrajudicial confession. And according to a lawyer of the DOJ, the confession was very material to the case. Anyway, we haven't seen it yet. We have yet to receive a copy of any of those affidavits. But the biggest question here is, who had the control over the three gang leaders to the extent that they will follow the order to kill the middleman, June Villamor Igluba? Sino? Was it only Director General Gerard Bantag, who at the time was still the